Well, folks, unfortunately, computer's being a little goofy today. That's why we're off to a funny start. I don't know. Got to get a new one, I guess. Time for that. End of the year, end of the computer, I guess. Real quick, as always, we have free picks today. Tampa Bay Downs. That's the place to get free picks today at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There's a link in the description below. We're at horseracingtoday.net. When the show is over, right there, we'll post our picks. You can get an explanation to the smart sheets as well as today's smart sheets. While you're there, hit that HRT gear button coming over here. Hook yourself up with some Horse Racing Today gear stuff to end 2025. Good morning, Lauren. How many picks do you have today? Race number 1 at Aqueduct. A lot of them today, Terry. 1 mile, maidens. It's a 1-turn mile you see over here. They tend to act more like sprints than they do routes. So for a 1 mile run at the Aqueduct track, 26% of the time they go wire to wire. Being forward as a stalker is the best place to be. The rail, Tiz Laurie, discount. 2 and 3 are the best. 4 through 7 discounted. 8 and out, almost return to fair. Our smart sheets will tell us, Terry, who's going to be on the lead.
Number 6 has the most speed by lots.
Yes, indeed, he does. Down here, you see none of them really want to be on the front. So the 6 is what we call a left arrow horse. Our C-zone measures how likely today's race will pair up with their best performances. So according to that, a few in here that should get good runs today, Terry.
Yeah, the 1, 4, and 7 all have really nice C-zone numbers. They're above 50%. They should be very comfortable in here.
All right, well, it looks like they're loading for race number 1, so let's forget it. Well, they're not really quite there yet. So one other key point here, you got a first-time starter with Lord King. The 6 horse combat mission, 6-point last race speed figure edge. The 1 horse is your simulation favorite. The 6 horse, if you add early speed and late speed, would win the race as well. In a maiden race, too, real Terry, one last final thing. You're looking for horses that can hit par, and according to today's number, that's 79. All those green spots right there are horses that have accomplished that. Who will accomplish the feat of getting their first win today, Terry?
Number 7, Where's Your Boom? Finished second in the 2 last similar races. Trained by a 70% to trainer wins 2-year-old horses races. Blinkers are added. Combat mission, the 6 runner up against tougher last race, drops in class today, top speed. And then high percentage jockey, 21 red, number 3, finished 3rd versus similar in the last race. He has a high percentage winning trainer and a good jockey. And then number 5 is my long shot, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, has a good workout on December 24th. That's it.
I'm going to start with the 6 horse combat mission with that top last race speed figure, 6 points better than everybody else. Should be your pace setter as a left arrow and your top total pace. Right now, you've got bet down to your favorite. I was hoping that would not happen. It did. Where's Your Boom? Yeah, that horse should boom or it should bust in the 3rd career start after regressing a little bit in the 2nd start. So it's now or never for that guy. Number 1, Tiz Laurie. 3rd start after regressing in the 2nd start. The first run was a par level effort. So you see that right here. And a lot of times we talked about this yesterday, horses that come out strong, regress in the 2nd. You see a return to form in the 3rd. That's what I'm expecting here. And in the 4 horse, Leave Me. That's another one of those horses. 3rd start after a layoff. Came out of the barn hot with the par level race. Regressed in the 2nd race. So return to form race today in race number 1 at Aqueduct. I'm going to put 10 to win on the 6. Terry, to get it started today for us as my $100 bets. Here's our second legs, our second picks. There's a lot of disagreement in there, so we'll see what we like and don't like in race number 2, if indeed you are into daily doubles. All right, so right now the 6 horse is an 8-5 favorite. The 7 horse is an 8-5 co-favorite, so maybe they'll switch in there a little bit. Kendrick riding the 6, so if it gets off to a quick start, I'll be a little bit more encouraged. As far as some other shots, the other prices in here, looks like the 5, Liquidou, is the 3rd favorite at 5-1, and then the 3 at 6-1. In the start, everybody off to a pretty clean start, except for maybe the 5 horse. The 2 horse, it's got off to a good start. And in between them, it looks like you got the 4, and then the 6 on the outside, the favorite, the 3 right now. Trying to get a little bit of ground there. Kendrick hopefully saves his horse, or maybe the others are going a little too fast, too early. We shall see. Big gap then back to the 7 horse. Where's your boom? You know, that boom or bust, perhaps not showing up today. And then right now from the back, it looks like the 5 horse is doing a little better job rallying than the 1 at the moment in the opening quarter in 23.18 seconds. So maybe for a mile, I'd say not maybe, I'd say for sure a little bit on the fast side. The 7 horse is coming the best. The 6 horse is kind of trotting along, trying to keep its space. 7's going to have to go pretty wide. The 6 horse is it the 4 horse? No, 6 horse just turned on the jets there with Kendrick Commute. 3 horses now moved into second. Down around the bend they come. Kendrick right now with the easy hold on the 6 horse. Question I think is not going to be if he wins. I think the margin of victory is going to be the only question. 7 horse will probably rally into second. The 6 horse is going to come home an easy winner in the opener, provided there wasn't some kind of funny business, because the 4 did back up kind of suddenly. Handwritten all the way to the rail with the 6 horse for Combat Mission, John Kimmel and Kendrick Camouche. Should have bet my whole 100 on that one right there, Terry. What do you think?
Yeah.
Good morning, Private Ross. How are you? Race 1 the 7, race 2 the 1, race 3 the 1, race 4 the 7, race 5 the 1 and the 7. Good morning, Don Johnson. Nice to see you today. Congratulations, 2 wins in a row, Terry. Yeah, nice on that. You're going for 3 in a row. Happy early news, guys. Watch the show all year long to get an edge at Park. So thank you, Frankie. We appreciate that. Thank you for joining us in the comment section. Hopefully we can continue to provide an edge. I can tell you that we expect to have more information that will continue to build on the edges that we would have. It should be forthcoming. I keep promising, and technology, unfortunately, is slow. Or either that or I am a slow learner. Race 2 is another one of those at a mile. See right there, the 6 horse just kind of ran in that stalking position. That is the profile of a winner. Terry, again, 79 being that speed figure for a maiden race. In the second start today, only the 2 horse has hit par, Terry, but our Par Plus, where we do 1,000 simulations for speed figures, says it's a little bit different story perhaps to be told today.
Yeah, all but the 6 shows that they have some kind of a chance to equal or exceed that par number, especially the 8, who comes up at 44.7%.
And if you're looking for somebody to get to the lead, Terry, and keep it, looks like there's a clear-cut choice in there.
Yeah, the 3 shows a lot of speed, just like the previous race where the 6 did. So just never know.
Yeah, so you got a lot of extra speed here. 11 points, every 5 points equals 1 length. So notwithstanding the 1 horse, first-time starter, 3 wants to be out front, should be out front. Everybody else kind of middle back, Terry. Who's going to get a good trip in here?
Well, take a look there, and you can see that the 3 and the 6 are both above the 50%, and also the 2, especially the 2. It looks like, if I'm reading it right, the 2 is 90%. No, that's not right. That's 30. Okay.
Yeah, that's
now the best one is the 6, according to the information.
Yeah, I can see that. So as far as second race and first-time starter stuff, over here we have some big numbers to pay attention to. We have second race par ability. Means that the horse that been billed off its debut, Terry, it can go as high as there. These numbers have scored some nice long shots for us, as have first-time starters, Terry. We do have a first-time starter here, and there's something special about that score.
Well, the best score you can get is the 3, and that's what this one has. So it's got a perfect score of 3.
Yeah, 3 of 3. You got to consider those. Yesterday we had a first-time starter with the one that duped us all in the opener at Parks. Mission Critical, the 2 horse, the only yes horse, top last race speed figure, 4 points better than everybody else. In the opener, that 6 horse had a 6-point speed figure edge over the rest of the field, Terry. As far as our top total pace, we're looking at the 3 horse with all of that speed. So this race, Terry, with all the second-time starters, the first-time starters, a yes horse, I felt like a lot of horses could win. We both win a lot of different ways. How did you take it?
Well, I like the 3 to start with. Bootsy's Rascal finished second in the last race, has a high percentage winning jockey. And I like the 1, Orbits. First-time starter whose dam has 1 winner from 2 starters, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and a perfect 3-0 on the numbering system. Number 2, Mission Critical, third choice, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then Classic Commander, the 6, by long shot, has a high percentage winning jockey and a good workout on December 24th. I'm going to play 50 Cent Miami Vice Don Johnson pick 4 1 3 with the 1 2 3 4 7 with the 2 5 6 7 10 with the 1 2 $50 ticket.
Yeah, we had a whole different direction at the top. I have the 8-horse Moscone. That one, Terry, is the second race starter with the most upside, 88. That speed figure for today's distance is 79. So that's a pretty clearing of that hurdle. After that, I have the 7-horse. That's the next closest one with the 86. That one's also a pretty long shot, right here, 15-1 morning line. And then after that, I went ahead and went with the 1-horse, that first-time starter. He's the first-time starter. It's perfect 3 out of 3 with a morning line odds of 3-1. I feel like that's too much of a coincidence, Terry. And then finally, Mission Critical, the 2-horse. It's the only yes horse in the field, so you got to have him. There's no question about it. And a good chance to be a little bit better in the second start after layoff, after popping that top last race speed figure, 4 points better than everybody else. I wanted to include the 3 in there too, Terry. I didn't do it. Probably your winner. That's the one I left off my ticket. But 1 2 7 8 over to 1 2 3 7 over to 2 7 10 over the 1 and 2 is Terry and I both see the race of death as a 2-horse race, which is probably foreshadowing of a big mistake. In the third race out of 8 today, we're stealing money today, Terry. 6.5 furlongs. This is a $50,000 allowance race. Profile of a 6.5 furlong winner. Stalkers, 35% get the first call at the quarter-mile marker, also the first call at the finish line. Very strong rail advantage for Hey Cookie. 2 and 3, a little bit of a discount. 4 through 7 get a bonus. Kind of hard to win from 8 and out, Terry. So being forward once again, it could be critical in terms of getting the win here. We do see one, Terry, that will be all by myself, potentially at the start.
Yeah, that's that 4. Shows a lot of speed. We'll just have to see if he gets a good break and gets that quarter pole first.
Yeah, 4 and 8 want to be out on the front. Everybody else wants to be middle back. It does look like the 8-horse of the front runners is going to be the happiest out there, Terry, although that 1-horse, Hey Cookie, pretty strong C-zone as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who's got the top jockey trainer combo? We'll talk about that for the first time today.
Yeah, the 2 is the best jockey, the 4 is the best trainer, but I think the 2 is the best jockey trainer combination.
Will not be swayed. Yeah, so we're on those yes horses. Everybody's a yes or maybe in here. A couple of things I like from the improvement columns right here, where we look at better pace, better fractions. You got what we call 5-way better horses with the 7, as well as the 4. So they showed better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace, better quarter-mile fractions, better fractions from the quarter-mile marker to the half-mile marker. Dropping in class also matters in there, Terry. Again, another race where a top last race speed figure standout exists with Sure Will. That's 7. 3-horse. That one is your top total pace horse with the most late speed. Terry, you taking class droppers, you taking speed, you taking closers, you taking top last race speed figure. What did you pick from?
Well, I have that 3, Maxaluna. She has won her last 2 races in a row, goes for a hat trick. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 2 will not be swayed. Finished in the money in 2 races out of the last 3 starts and won one of those starts. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Hey Cookie, the 1, Rail Coast is winning at a 20% clip. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then the 4, my long shot, Tis Purple, won the last race at Aqueduct and has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. No bets for me in this race.
Well, here's another race where we see things completely differently, Terry, and I don't know if that's good, bad, or otherwise. But I'm going to take the 7-horse counter move. Now, the reason I'm taking the 7-horse counter move is this race, wrong race, race 3. I'm taking Sure Will. Top last race speed figure, that was 9 points better than everybody else. It was one of those 5 ways better horses that we talked about. And that second race after layoff, according to its resume, will look a lot like the first race off the layoff. Number 3, Maxaluna. did win its last 2 races, but more importantly, I feel like, Terry, it won 4-4 at this distance. So maybe a horse for the 6.5 furlong course. Hey Cookie, the 1, lone class dropper, strong C-zone, benefit of the strong rail. 3 reasons to like Hey Cookie. Besides, who doesn't like cookies? And then finally, 2, will not be swayed. You get Flavian Pratt. You get Linda Rice. They compete for the titles of top trainer and top jockey every meet. They don't team up very often, though, surprisingly. Only 10 times. They won 5 of them and hit the board in 8. So when they do team up, they are successful. $5 exact the key box for me, the 7 with the 1, the 2, and the 3. In race number 4, I kind of foreshadowed who I was going to pick in race number 4. Another maiden race. I love a day full of maiden races. What about you, Terry?
Yeah. Sometimes, though, they're nice if you can get the winners and they pay enough money and you got them in pick 4s and pick 5s.
Yeah, I mean, that's always nice, those maiden races, especially with the 2-year-olds. You just don't know what's going to happen. But I would say that the Smart Sheets has helped to kind of narrow that down a little bit.
It does, yeah. It really helps.
More cryptic codes for Private Ross, race 6 to 7, race 7 to 7, race 8. There must not be a 7-horse running. Pass. Sometimes a good idea to pass. I agree. 79, sometimes these maiden races are the best passes as well. 79 is that speed figure you're looking for, Terry, in race number 4. We take a look at that. We got a couple of them in here, a trio of them that have hit par. Who are they?
Yeah, the 2, 7, and 10 all have equaled or exceeded the speed par number for this race today. And then all the horses, except for maybe the 1, have showed that they can do it again today.
Yeah, the 1, 4, and 5 look like they're probably the longest shots to perhaps get to that today. You see a 2, 4, 6, and 7 want to be on the lead. The 3 and 10, they want to co-pilot. So far, the 1 and 5 are not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. In the 9, first-time starter. 2.26 points, Terry. Probably not the highest score, but against a bunch of no's, you still got to consider it. But it's much clearer who you consider for jockeys and trainers.
Yeah, you like the 3 for the trainer. The 5 is the best jockey. But you know what? I think the 9.
You got that a little bit reversed, but all right.
Okay. Yeah, I do. I think, yeah, it's a 3 is the best jockey, right? 5 is the best trainer.
Yep.
And then you got 9 is the best combination, I think.
And the 1 horse looks like it's got a good shot to get out to the lead there, Mr. Terry. The 10 horse, Army Proud, 3-point last race speed figure. The 2 horse is your top total pace in there, Terry. It's a maiden race. A lot of times speed wins. This race, there's another one on the card that looks pretty open. We see some similar. We see the same 4 horses in a little bit different order, so perhaps a little bit of sanity in this race. So why does Savvy Sunset win?
Yeah, could be. Well, I like it because ran second versus similar to last race. Early speed running style helps chances and has a high percentage winning jockey. Counter move, the 7 plays 3 and his 5 starts at Aqueduct. Drops in class today. Benefits from a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Good Cop, the 6, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 27% of the starts in the second race after he claims a horse. And then 10, Army Proud, is my long shot runner up against similar rivals last time. Owns the top speed rating and early speed and shorter distance boosts his chances. That's it. No bets for me here.
Yeah, counter move for me is the play because in the 3rd or the 4th, my stable it's winning 50-1. There you go. Keep an eye on those long shots. I'm going to go with counter move as my top pick here in this race. And the reason is simple. It is a yes horse, as we see in our simulation moves. It is one here. You see it's taken the biggest class drop, 1.4 lengths. But when you run through all of the different where the horses came from, maiden claiming 30, 30. This one's maiden claiming 30. Next one, you have maiden special weight, but he has run in the claiming ranks before. You have maiden optional claiming 40. Here you have maiden claiming 30. Maiden special weight. No other time has it run in the claiming ranks as all of the rest have. So right there, Terry, you have the only pure maiden special weight dropper. And so many of those pure maiden special weight droppers, no matter how crappy they look like on paper, win. Savvy Sunset, the 2 horse, the yes horse, better early pace, better fractions, top total pace. Number 10, Army Proud, another yes horse with that 3-point speed figure edge. missed by a nose in his last at this exact level. Just needs to be a nose better today. And then finally, the 6-horse Good Cop, second off the claim of Linda Rice, and the first off the claim, the horse improved a lot. So it's got a maintenance workout for more improvement today. I'm going to go with the pure maiden special weight dropper. Hopefully, I get 4-1 with a $5 exact the key box, 7 over the 2, the 6, and the 10. We've already alluded to the race of death, Terry. That's the 5th race today. It's the downside of doing an 8-race card instead of a 10-race card is the 5th race ends the first pick 4, starts the last pick 4, and it's also a maiden special weight. Another one where they're going to go one complete trip around the track. 84 is that speed figure, Terry. The profile of a winner does favor stalkers, only 9%. So very few horses get to the lead and keep the lead. So in race number 5, who's got a 9% chance to win this race today, Terry?
As you can see, well, the 2 has the best numbers, but they're all really close between the 2, 7, 5, 1, and 4, or 3 and 4. They all have good numbers compared to each other, so it could be anyone's guess.
Yeah, and we already mentioned here that the speed numbers, yes, we got 3 horses that have already proven they can run a speed number of 84. Today, we got some second-time starters in here, Terry, with the 1 and the 2, both producing speed figures that are well above that number of 84. So those horses should be in contention. One of those horses also has a pretty strong jockey-trainer combination, if not both.
Yeah, the 1 has the best jockey and trainer, so it's the best combination, in my opinion.
Yeah, indeed. As far as our race shape is concerned, nobody really wants to be up on the lead, Terry. 3, 4, 9, not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. No really strong C zones in here, so it could be a tiring race. The 2-horse, it's a 1-1 simulation favorite, 5-point last race speed figure edge, 10-point total pace edge, so 2-length win. Lots of things point to the 2, Terry. I'm just a little worried that it might be one of those Tom horses, really low odds, second place finish, but both of us put him at the top.
Yeah, I like the 2. Hardian's Wall ran second in debut against similar fastest start speed today. Trainer and jockey have high win rates. And then the 1 finished third versus similar in an only start. Rail Post is winning at a 23% clip, has a high percentage winning trainer. And this trainer wins 31% of the races in the second route race he has a horse run in. And then number 7, Double Act, finished in the money in 2 races out of 3 starts at Aqueduct. Trainer and jockey have high win rates. Gray Bull, the 3 is my long shot, finished third in the last race. He has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to bet the Don Johnson, Miami Vice, pick 4, and I'm going to spread out a little bit in this first leg, even though I just used 2 in my first 2 of the horses in my first pick 4. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 7 with the 1, 2, 3, 4 with the 2, 5, 7 with the 8, 9, a $48 ticket.
Yeah, I thought about the same strategy. It's funny, Private Ross. I did apply when I was a young man to become a Chicago cop. Went through all the testing and all that stuff. Didn't hear from them for months. And then I went out with some friends late night. Had a voicemail back in the days of voicemail machines and not cell phones. So you didn't know you had a voicemail till you got home. And then when I got home at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, they told me I had to report for the drug test at 6 o'clock in the morning. I had just gotten home. I couldn't be 2 places at once. So there you go. Link to see the races, please. TVG or Twin Spires, HRTV if you want to get a subscription. That's what I would recommend, or any of the places where you can bet the horses. Just open up an account. In many of those instances, you do not need to make a deposit. You can just watch the races. It doesn't cost you anything. For me in the 5th race, Terry, I went with the 2-horse 2. That second race upside gives that horse graded stakes company type speed figures. You got to put that in there. Then Tino, I almost put this one in the first spot in here because both 1 and 2 are Chad Brown horses. The 1 horse is a little bit better bet in its debut. Had a really kind of tough start. Gets the strong rail, and Flavian Pratt was on this horse for Chad Brown. Those 2 win together at 41%. So I was like, I better go look and see if Pratt also rode the 2. Well, Manny Franco rode for Brown on the 2-horse. So there's not a switching up of horses. So I went ahead and put the 2 on top. Number 5, Print, is a yes horse. The only horse in the field that last time out was 5 ways better. Pretty strong par plus number in there as well. Does have 4 workouts in between races. Should be sharp today. Then finally, the 7 horse Double Act. It's another yes horse. Every single race so far, the bettors have backed them kindly, but did show some serious, too many S's in a row, regression, yellow flags last time out. So the horse will have to rebound today. My pick 4, Terry, I stayed with the 1-2, 1-2-4, 2-4-5-8, and then the 1-2, 9, and 10. Again, $48 for me. Did hit one of the pick 4s yesterday, Terry. What was it, for like $367?
Yeah.
And then the second pick 4 was like, what was it? Like we owed them money afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like $14 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was really
That's about the lowest one I've ever seen, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty low. All right. Anyway, we got 4 minutes before race number 2. So let's talk about race number 6. The 6th race, Terry, is a 6 furlong affair. Some really key numbers in here in terms of the profile of the winner. I think the most key of which, 51% of the horses win going wire to wire. So speed is going to be, I don't know what is going on with my computer today, but speed's going to be crucial, Terry, in the 6th race. Who's got all of it?
Well, take a look there. That 4 shows a lot of speed, double the speed of everything else here.
Yeah, and he also has a 7-point early pace edge, so a little bit more than a length, although the 2 to his inside. Going to test him a little bit because the 2 does want to be on the lead. The 4 doesn't need to be on the lead. A little more of a PC type, so left arrow action. So get to the front. You should have a good chance, Terry, and it looks like both the 2 and the 4 with that speed should have a good chance to stay there.
Yeah, they're both over 50% threshold, especially that 4. 4 is around 90% of some sort. So,
yeah, pretty high probability that today's race will look a lot like its best performances. Again, another race where everybody can hit par or could come close to it now if they haven't done it in the past, Terry. So maybe some overlays might be the way to find the horses to play.
well, the 1 has a small overlay from 4-1 to 9-2. The 3 has an overlay from 6-1 to a nice 12-1. 5 has an overlay from 9-2 to 12-1 also, and then that 9 has an overlay from 8-1 to 20-1. So there you go.
The first half of the field is dropping in class. The second half of the field is moving up in class, Terry. All of that being said, only one of them has all of the class from a connection standpoint.
Yeah, that's that 4. The 4 has the best jockey and trainer, so it's the best combination in my opinion.
Well, the 1 horse is your simulation favorite, but if you look at this race, Terry, again, there's really not a big gap from the 1 down here to the 9 in terms of odds, so pretty wide open. We see a very similar play out over here with only 4 points separating the 1, the 9, the 3, the 6, and the 4. So a lot of horses can contend for the top spot when the race is said and done. When it's over, Terry, who does have the top spot?
Well, I like the 4. Kerniske can lead or come from behind to win a race. I like horses that can do that. They're versatile. Finishing 3rd versus similar to last race, has a high percentage winning jockey. Complex Music, the 3, finished the money in 3 races out of 3 starts at Aqueduct, so likes the track. Finishing 3rd versus similar to last race, has a high percentage winning trainer, or jockey, I mean. And then number 2, Remarkably, is my 3rd choice, placed in 2 of the last 3 races at Aqueduct, holds the highest speed figure at today's distance, and ties for the fastest speed among today's starters. Derek's Law, the 1, is my long shot rail post, went in at an 18% clip, drops in class today. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No bets for me in this race.
Well, in a race where 50% of the horses at the distance go wire to wire, Terry, I'm going to put that one on the top of my tickets. It's a left arrow horse, too. Most of the horses want to be middle of the back. Should be on that lead with that 7-point early speed, and because it is a PC type, won't forget how to close, right? It's usually used to coming off the pace there. Then the 1 horse, Derek's Law, on the other end of the scale with a 5-point late speed edge, top total pace. But we get what I call a major alpha angle for Derek's Law. I don't even want to try to pronounce this trainer's last name, Siniflas. If I screwed it up, forgive me, please. Hits at 38% of the time in the second race after claiming a horse versus 17% overall. So that's double the trainer S's usual win rate. That's alpha angle. Remarkably, the 4-horse. If the 4 is not on the lead, this one should be with a lot of upside in the third start after a layoff. And then finally, the 9-horse, the last of the yes horses in the field. In the last race, the horse fell down, so you have to get up and wipe it off and forget about that one, Terry. Returns to the track today with some workouts and some of the most back class in the field at a good price. $5 exact. The key box for me, 4 over the 1, the 2, and the 9. So in the 2 upcoming races, we do have the picks for the late daily double. Race number 2 is not too far away from getting started. Lauren won't have any picks tomorrow. I'm sure Lauren has some picks today at Lauren_Shap over on X. Tell us all about them, Lauren, in the comments section. Everybody else, let us know what horses you like, where in the world you're watching from. Hey, today's the day. Put some of your 2026 goals as well in the comment section. You know, they say you got to speak them into existence. So now's a chance to go ahead and do that. Now is also a great chance, Terry, to make sure you don't miss our first show of 2026. And what's the best way to do that?
Well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very easy to do. It doesn't cost anything. And then hit the little bell so they notify you about all the programs coming up. Copy the link that's at the bottom of there and send it to all your friends, neighbors, and relatives so they can come and take a look at us too. I know they're going to like what they see. Go to Horse Race the number 2 day and at our social sites at X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky. It gives us a thumbs up and a like, and also keep these picks coming in the comments. We really like to see them, and it helps us out a lot.
Yeah, we certainly greatly appreciate all of the input that you've given us in 2025. Help us get to more than 20 likes today on the YouTube channel. So if you're watching right now on YouTube while we wait for race number 2, do this for us kindly. Take your mouse on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. If you're watching on X, take that same mouse, hit the retweet button, hit the like button, comment. Let us know what you think and some ways that you feel like perhaps we can improve the show in 2026. We have some of our own ideas, which we'll hopefully start to implement on Monday. 29 different handicappers today at Aqueduct and 25 at Tampa Bay Downs. Again, Tampa Bay Downs is the free track today over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. A link in the description here on YouTube, as well as a link to Smart Sheets. When the show is over on horseracingtoday.net, right there, it'll be for Aqueduct. You will see when you click on it, Smart Sheets for today, as well as an explanation on how to use them. Here's a tip jar. If you like what we did in 2025 and want to support us, hit that tip jar. And then a link to the free track today over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet as well. HRT gear up here in the menu to get your Horse Racing Today gear for the next week. 25% off every order of $50 or more. Thank you in advance for your support. Race number 2, Terry. About to get rocking and rolling. If you're looking for some simulation value, you don't have to go any farther than the 8-horse. We got him at 5-2. He's currently 7-1. The 2-horse right now is your favorite. The 3-horse we projected would get out to the lead. They're off and they are running. And as they get coming out of the gates, a lot of competition for the lead early in here. So fractions are going to be important. You do have the 3 up on the front there, but he didn't really take the lead. Kind of sat in a secondary position, letting the 1 and the 2 do all of the heavy lifting to start the race today. They go in 23 3/4 seconds. Again, you know, it's probably borderline fast for horses at this level to come around and find the W. That 7-horse, that second time starter, he's moving up kind of boldly on the outside in the pink silks. Terry, be nice if that one came home first as the winner and the pick 4, at least for me, not so much for you, unfortunately. Down around the bend they come. That 8-horse is in the back. The jockey's whacking the heck out of him. He ain't going to win. I can tell you that. They're making their way around the turn. The one horse, the first time starter, to 3 out of 3 points. He continues to set the tone. The other horses are trying to make their way. The big favorite, the 2, has edged his nose out in the front. He's decided to kind of go out and try to herd the 7 horse. And it's going to come down to who has the most late legs here at the end, Terry. And looks to me like, unfortunately, we spent all that money on this race, and guess what didn't happen?
We didn't start out with the pick pick 4.
With the bomb. Yeah, we got the 2 horse, and then we got the 7 horse, then we got the 3 and the 1, 2, 7, 3, and 1. So I think we're both alive.
I'm not. I didn't have the 2.
You didn't have the 2 in race number 2?
I just went 1, 3.
I went 1, 2, 7, 8. Yeah, and I had the 2. It's the last place horse there with Flavery and Pratt getting dropped down pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? I would have been, if you're not going to be in it with me, Terry, I would have much preferred the 7 horse to come home. So let's hope for a DQ on the 2, Terry. What do you say?
Yeah, it would be nice. That'd be nice. It bothered my 3.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Let it ride. The 7 scratching the 6 goes on stable alert. All right. So 7th race is what's left, Terry, today. And in race number 7, what we're going to do, I think it's usually the marquee race of the day. That one, they're going to go 6 furlongs, optional, claiming 45 grand. No, if you wanted to buy Mama's Got a Gun, the price tag will be right in there. So you can't buy Mama's Got a Gun. Can you buy any of these ones? Yes. You could buy Bam's Bliss Kiss for Terry's pocket change, 45 grand. And Terry walks around with about the only person I've ever seen really kind of walking around with that money. Do you remember we had on that guy Krakenberger from the gambling show?
Yeah.
And we were talking about buying like a $25,000 horse, and he pulled out like $25,000 in chips.
He did, yeah. Yeah.
That's a power move right there, Terry.
It sure was.
Well, 6.5 furlongs, the power move to win that. Oh, man. So this disc is full. Trying to write. I guess my disc is full. I don't know. I have to clean up my computer. But the power move here is to stalk and be 35%. Wire-to-wire type, strong rail for Mama's Got a Gun, even though Mama's Got a Gun isn't up for sale. 2 and 3 get a discount, 4 through 7 a bonus, 8 out. It's hard to win. So we want some inside horses with some inside speed, Terry, in race number 7. And do we find such a thing?
Well, no, you're going to find, well, it's a little bit in the inside, but not quite, because there's 2 horses on the inside of it. But that 4 shows double the speed of everything else in there.
Yeah, well, maybe this 4 can get out to the front. The 3 and the 4 want to get to the lead. You got a couple of Sesame Street horses in here that could be very dangerous in these EP and PC positions because they aren't locked in on running styles. So the 2 horse could lead, could co-pilot. The 6 horse can do any of the above, Terry. Who's going to get a good trip?
Well, take a look there, and you look at that 6 and that 9. They both way above 50% threshold. So they're both going to be very comfortable in this race, although all the horses have some kind of a number.
Yeah, that 6 horse scares me as the lone PC with that super high C-zone relative to everybody else. Everybody got it good. Everybody's been within 2 points of hitting par, so they all can do it, Terry. We see that maybe not the 10 in our par plus. Again, in these races, I love to find me some value. I love to find me strong jockeys and trainers, so give me both.
Well, the 5 is the best jockey, 2 is the best trainer, but I think the 2 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
As far as value?
Well, take a look at the 4, and the 4 is from 3 to 1 to a nice 15 to 1, and the 8 goes from a 9 to 2 to a nice 12 to 1.
Speaking of the 8 has a huge late speed advantage over the rest of the field, and really not going to be all that far off the pace. Maybe far off the 4, but the rest of them he should be in touch. A 2-length late speed edge means if that 8 is remotely close coming out of the turn, try to catch me. The 2 horse, Terry, Munnings Express, the one you said had the jockey trainer stuff, that one has a 1-length early speed plus late speed advantage. And over here, the 4 horse with all that early speed is your simulation favorite. So you got speed, you have closer, you have the ability to be involved from the beginning until the end, Terry, and you got the 6 horse, the lone PC, with a really high C-zone, the Sesame Street horse, in race number 7. Who kicks off the daily double on top?
I like the 2, Munnings Express, finished in the money in 4 out of the last 4 career starts. And winning 2 of those races, has a high percentage winning jockey. And I like K-Cup, the 5, finished second versus similar to last race as a favorite, but has a high percentage winning trainer. It was 21% of the races with beaten favorites and has a high percentage winning jockey. 7, Hangover Heaven, finished in the money in 4 races out of the last 5 career starts, and won 2 of those, has a high percentage winning jockey. City Blocks is my long shot. Won 3 races out of 5 starts. Best start speed is fast among today's starters. No bets for me here.
I feel like this should be everybody's best bet today, Hangover Heaven. Because tomorrow there's going to be, what do you think, 100 million hangovers in the United States?
Yeah.
If not more. All right. I'm going to start off with 2, Munnings Express. It is the top total pace, 5 points, top par plus. The only other time that this horse made 2 starts in a row, and this is something I like to pay attention to. You look at that, 73 to 90. So it has the potential to pop in today's second up. Next up for me is K-Cup, the 5 horse. That's your morning line favorite. And there's probably not a better odds maker on the planet than David Aragona. If you want to know more about how he sets odds on our YouTube channel, if you Google David Aragona, we had a really nice discussion with him in prior years. Go rewatch that show. And K-Cup has certainly been up against some better horses as probably the most consistent high-end performer in the field. Then the Ocho Intentious, Terry, does have that big in-race edge with that 10-point late speed figure. Might not win, but he's certainly going to be clipping off horses at the end. And then finally, bam, Bliss Kiss, another long shot, big overlay. Should be on the pace as our simulation favorite. I should have probably saved some money and did maybe I could spend some of my winnings, Terry, from race number 1.
All right.
A 50-cent trifecta box using those 4 horses. Well, Terry, we're going to make it to the 8th race today. We haven't talked about your best bet, so I don't think I'm giving anything away. As you try to go for a trifecta to end the year. But before we go for a trifecta today, just a quick reminder, if Terry goes to the trifecta today, he's going to try to close out the year perfect for best bets. And in order to see if he does manage to do that tomorrow, what should you do right now?
Oh, you need to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell so you can see the program tomorrow, see if I get that trick, and then copy the link below and share it with everybody you know so they can come and check us out. Easy to do. And then go ahead and go to our social sites such as the X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Skies at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and then give us the thumbs up and a like. Also, keep the comments coming and the picks as we like to see them.
Yeah, indeed. We do appreciate, as I mentioned, you taking your time to be with us every single day. We're live because you can do a lot of things and you spend that time with us. A lot of reasons you spend that time is to get Terry's best bet of the day. 6.5 furlongs to close it out. We did talk about Stalkers doing pretty good at 6.5 furlongs. We did talk about horses, a bunch of them going wire to wire, roughly 35%. So get to the front, stay to the front. It's probably your best chance to get there, Terry. Strong rail for Prince of Truth, 2 and 3 at discount, 4 through 7 a bonus. Hard to win from 8 and out. So who's got some speed, perhaps to take home the trophy in the finale today?
Well, the 2 shows the most speed by a little bit over the 5 and the 1. I think this is kind of an anyone's race to get to that quarter pole. Just depends on who gets the best break.
Yeah, I think he probably does get a good shot. He's on the inside there. Most of these horses, Terry, want to be middle back, so getting forward could be key. Looks like one of these horses or 2 of these horses, Terry, where they're going to set up towards the back of the pack, well, except for maybe the 6 horse, they're going to like where they're at.
Yeah, that 3 and that 6 going to be very comfortable in this race as they're way above the 50% threshold.
Yeah, indeed. How about as far as the Sin Nombre, 10 horse, 3-point, last race speed figure edge. The 1 horse, Terry, is your simulation favorite along with your top total pace. I don't know that any of them necessarily are your best bet of the day because I got a sneak preview, as we do always. But before we release that, Terry, like always, got to build a little anticipation. Drum roll, please. And your best bet for 2025 to close the year is
The number 9, Amundsen, likes parks racing, finishing in the money 72% of the time racing here, wins 32% of those starts, likes the distance, finished in the money in 67% of the time at today's distance, winning 42% of the starts. And I like the 8, Emerald Forest, finished in the money 9 out of the last 10 starts, winning 3 races, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. Prince of Truth finished 3rd in the last race. Royal Post is winning at a 20% clip. Mr. JT, the 6, is the long shot, finished 3rd versus similar in the last race, has a high percentage winning jockey, and has 2 bullet workouts in a row. I'm going to bet 20 to win on the 9, a $10 exacta box with the 8, 9, $10 exacta 9 on top with the 1, 6, and 8. And then a $5 exacta box, 1, 8, 9. And that's
well, there you go. Hello, Sosa Ribeiro, Don Johnson. Thank you for your time and thank you for the year, Don. We greatly appreciate you being one of our biggest supporters. Be like Don. Be one of our biggest supporters day in and day out. We would greatly appreciate that. No question about it. In 2026, as we look to continue to grow. I have the 9-horse Amundsen. It's where my mother went to high school again. Mom, I'm going to miss you. Rest in peace. The 1-horse Prince of Truth is my second choice, Terry. Simulation favorite, top total pace. Long shot on the strong rail. Good price. Why not? As an overlay. The 2-horse, for some reason. Yeah, that was my logic for picking that one. For some reason. But the reason being 3 consecutive speed figure increases in a row. And should be a part of the early show. And in his book, The Skeptical Handicapper, which I've probably mentioned 5,743 times in a year, he mentions that is one of those angles that wins at 15% or more. And then finally, the 10-horse Sin Nombre, another long shot in there, Terry. Top last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. That's Andrew Byer's minimum, so it's my minimum as well. Was a tough call for me over to Ocho Emerald Forest. Here are our picks for the entirety of the day. So far, today, I think in the first race, Terry, the 6-horse won.
It did.
Second race, the 2-horse won.
It did.
Next race, we don't know who's going to win, but here's the way we see it. As far as our remaining bets are concerned, at race number 3, I have an exact key box with the 7 over to 1, 2, 3. Race number 4, I guess I like the 7-horse today. I don't know what that means because our good friend Private Ross also likes the 7 horses today. So, hey, maybe we're on to something to close out 2025. Yeah, because 25, 2 + 5 = 7. So why not? I picked 4 for both of us. Terry goes a little bit differently. This time I only went with 2 horses. Hope the Race of Death isn't indeed live up to its reputation. Another exact key box for me in race number 6. Nothing in race number 7. And then the final best bet of the year for Terry Hollywood Hay, the 9-horse. All right, Terry, that wraps up our work for 2025. Any words of wisdom or New Year's resolutions from you?
Yeah, well, let me tell you that, first of all, I hope that you have a great New Year's Eve. Don't drink and drive. We don't want to see you in the Hooskow tomorrow. And be safe. As far as, yeah. As far as any kind of resolutions, I don't usually make those. I make goals. I set my goals for personal and business goals, that sort of thing. So I do that on the first day of the year, and then work on them throughout the year. So there you go.
Yeah, I'll be working on achieving some goals this evening as well. One of which is in 2026 to finally get us to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and on X. You can help us get there with a big boost to close 2025 by taking your mouse right now and subscribing if you have not. The reason 10,000 is a huge number is because both X and YouTube look at that as like a threshold number. So when you get to 10,000, I guess you become more serious, and they unlock a whole lot of other tools for you, which makes it easier to grow faster and actually monetize your content. So we would greatly appreciate your help with that. It's really easy for you. It's a free way to help the show, and it's highly appreciated. Of course, Terry, as we close the end of 2025, we certainly hope that your year was filled with God's grace and God's favor. And as we head into year 2026, much like Terry and there are a lot of folks out there who are putting together their resolutions, we hope all of your resolutions, all of your goals, all of your intentions in 2026. Have God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing that you do ends up in
The winner's circle.
Yes. Make it a blessed end 2026.